Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Plan on flying? In order to board domestic flights, your driver's license or state-issued ID must be a real ID. Learn how to get your real ID today at tsa.gov/real ID or visit your local DMV.
Hey, yo! Hey, shh. Calm down. The show is about to start. Reese on the radio. Turn it up. Turn it up low. Turn it up loud.
It's like a dream come true.
Turn on your radio. Reese is on the radio.
Yo, let's get it.
Due to the nature of this program, discretion does not exist. It's Reese on the radio. Right now on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Hey, what's going on, all you scallywags out there? You know what time it is. It is time for the Reese on the Radio Rundown, your Sunday edition of the weekday show. We got plenty of news, plenty of views, and critique to get to today. So I hope you are ready for that this Sunday, just before the weekday begins. You can always go to reeseontheradio.com. That's REESE on the radio.com. For a whole bunch of other stuff. You got some photos there to send us a message. Tell us how you like the show. Also, let us know how you check out Reese on the Radio. Is it online? Is it listening to the radio driving in your car? Is it a conventional radio in your house? However you listen to Reese on the Radio, let us know by going to reeseontheradio.com and just go to the comments page and let us know. And we'd love to hear from you about anything. Just go to reeseontheradio.com. And, of course, join us on Facebook and all the other social media. It's right there on the website at reeseontheradio.com. So the wife and I went to the movies this weekend, and I have to say, a glutton for the Marvel movies because it's sort of in one breath, I'll call it a tradition since 2008. On another level, it is storybooking and story, what's the word they used to call it? Episodics, serials. You may know them as soap operas. Everything about the Marvel movies are episodic. So it's like it all flows together. It is a universe, as it were. So I can't help but watch the films. There are a few that I did not bother to see in the Marvel universe. I mean, I paid to see the god-awful Eternals, I think that was the name of it, with Angelina Jolie and a host of other people I've never heard of. But I watched these movies, and I just went, I don't know these people. I don't like them. I don't know how they're involved in the Marvel universe. So I wasn't impressed. You have to be a real comic book guy to get in this. And I'm no real comic book guy. Tell you a little story, so to speak, as far as how I'm involved in the Marvel comics. I had a friend. He loved the comics. He never had money. And I hustled all the time. And I wanted to know what was in the comics, but I wasn't going to sit down and read every comic every week because I really had no place to stash them. He did. So because I wanted to know the storyline, I would, if we saw a comic that was good enough, I was like, oh, you know what? Let's get this one. And I would buy that comic book. I'd probably skim through it, give it to Jamie. That's his name, Jamie. Jamie would read it, and then he would tell me what was in the comic book, and that'd be the end of it. That's how I followed along until I wasn't interested anymore. So for all of you people out there, just so you know, I am the one who started Audible, okay? Just so you know, I say this all the time. I invented Audible. I buy the book, give it to somebody to read, and then they read the book back to me. See how that works? I invented it. Anyway. So I bothered to go see the latest. I saw the Captain America movie, straight garbage. And then we went to see the Thunderbolts movie. And I will admit I was excited because it's an ensemble with some names that I know. Not enough, like these characters are not enough that you followed them in some way. You had to watch Disney Plus in order to understand a couple of these characters. You had Bucky, the Winter Soldier, which a lot of people, they got to get to know him, but not a lot. So these were a lot of unknowns that you sort of have to wrap your head around and sort of embrace on forcefully. Like you have no choice because these are the stars of the film. So I knew a little bit about them, thankfully, so I could go see the film and enjoy it. It was okay. But let me say this. I'm already calling this, okay, spoiler alert. They're being referred to as the New Avengers. You probably heard that already. Okay, fine. So they're being referred to as the New Avengers. But I didn't get that in this movie. I got something completely different. And the complaints about the Marvel Universe since, what's the name of that thing? Avengers Endgame. The complaints have been every movie after Endgame has been garbage, or at least not great. And I have to agree, they're not. They're really not good movies. They're just bad. And they hire directors who don't really know or care about the comics. It would be like putting me in charge of them. I'm a fan, but I'm no aficionado. So I wouldn't be qualified. But the people they got to do all of these other Marvel movies, they were touting the fact that these directors and these writers had never read the comics. They didn't even do what I did, hire a guy to read the comic. So that's why they were so bad. And they were so feminine. They were written by women. They incorporated women in some themes, if you will, that steered away from the usual, freaks and geeks who love these movies. Present company not included, because I'm neither a freak nor, maybe a little bit of a geek. But nonetheless, I need to go back to the story. So I'm watching this movie, and I'm not going to give any spoilers. If you want to go see it, go see it. Plus, it's all a part of a big storyline, so you have to, I guess. But what I noticed in this, and it was crazy, is that there was a lot of mental health stuff that was addressed in this movie. It talked a lot about depression. And I don't know if I was comfortable with that when it comes to a superhero movie. Let me explain why. Superheroes don't get impressed. They have superpowers. What are you getting upset about? You can fight, you can jump, you can lift strong things. People think you're a hero. What are you depressed about? Can you imagine Superman feeling low on himself? I'm like, hey, Superman, what are you talking about? In a blink of an eye, you could be in Paris. Just go there, switch to Clark Kent, tour the laissez-faire, whatever it's called. I don't care. But just, can you imagine? Like, it's like Superman having nothing to do. You can go anywhere you want to. You can discover new worlds if you want to, Superman. Are you kidding? You can fly up to the moon and go golfing. Nobody would say anything to you. Depressed superheroes. That's what this movie had. And I was a little perturbed, whatever. Whatever it was, I wasn't happy. I was really, really upset at that. And even my wife afterwards, we looked at each other. It's like a lot of mental health stuff going on in this movie. She was like, You'll notice it too. Go check it out. But I'm calling them the Mental Health Avengers. It goes deep. I don't know if that was the intent. I don't know if you were supposed to get a message out of it, but I didn't feel good at the end. I was like, it was poorly done. Just not what, I don't know. Not great. It was C. I can't even give it a plus. It was C. It did what it was supposed to do. It made me drink my Coca-Cola slushie, eat my popcorn and my Twizzlers, which I enjoyed. It was a popcorn film. I didn't care about it when I left. My ex-girlfriend used to say, a good movie is when you forget about your life for 2 hours. I almost said wife, but no. She said a good movie is when you forget about your life for 2 hours. And I can't say I did that, because that's what the movie's supposed to do. I think she's right. Like, the movie's supposed to take you away. You're supposed to be invested in what's going on the screen, so much so you feel for them. And I was like, that's all right. Okay. I was waiting for the end credits. I got to that, and I was all right. That was it. Anyway, that's all I got. Okay, so go see it. Don't go see it. It's on you.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Plan on flying? It's time to upgrade to a real ID. Because in order to board domestic flights, your driver's license or state-issued ID must be a real ID, or you'll need another acceptable form of identification. So don't wait. Find out how to get your real ID at tsa.gov/real ID. That's tsa.gov/real ID, or visit your local DMV. And then you'll be cleared for takeoff.
Check it out, or not. Let's get a break. Reese on the radio, coming back on NewsTalk 1080 WTIC.
The hour that packs a punch. It's Reese on the radio on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Don't be cute, ladies. You know what that sound means. May the 4th be with you. And you, and you, and you. It's Reese on the radio, News Talk 1080 WTIC. I am not a Star Wars geek. I am a Star Wars fan. Now, I will say I probably love the Star Wars movies more than I love the Marvel films. And when I say the Star Wars movie, I don't care whatever TV show they got going on. I don't care about the prequels or the sequels. Don't care about them. In fact, the only Star Wars that matters to me, even if I've seen them all, which I have, it doesn't matter. There's only one movie that matters, and that is The Empire Strikes Back. Okay? So do we understand each other? It is the only movie. When I think about Star Wars, I think about The Empire Strikes Back. I don't think about A New Hope. I don't think about Return of the Jedi and whatever nonsense happened supposed to be before it or afterwards. I don't care about Anakin when he was a boy. I don't care about Anakin when he was a teenager. I don't care about Anakin when he fell in love. I don't care about Anakin when he turns into Darth Vader. Don't care. I only care about The Empire Strikes Back. Okay? I'm just telling you that now. For all you people out there and you guys who are all, hardcore, how do you not get in all of them? Don't need to, don't care to. Now, let me explain to you why, since I have the time to do it. Now, I know we do a lot of news and a lot of views and all that other stuff, but I just want to, it's May 4th, okay? It's May the 4th be with you, and I've never done this. Any time that I've been on the radio, I've never taken any time to celebrate this day. And now I have my own show on Sunday, and I get to do it. So bear with me, okay? Let me tell you why this movie is so important to me, and it always will be. One, I had a turbulent relationship with my mom. Turbulent all my life. And in 1980, when The Empire Strikes Back came out, I wanted to see it more than anything in the world. Probably because Luke was going to have his real lightsaber fight with Darth Vader, and I had to see it. And I was already in love with Darth Vader. He was my hero. Yes, I know he was the bad guy. Yes, ladies, I know you're saying to yourself, if you don't watch this stuff, wait a minute, wasn't he the bad guy? Yes, he was the bad guy. But Darth Vader there was something about him. Mysterious, black, deep voice. The power of the Force. He had everything. He had the voice of James Earl Jones and the height of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was a giant. Nobody cared about the farm boy. Farm boy? I didn't identify with him. But I had to go see that. Not only that, Han Solo, which is, I'll be honest with you, if I could be anybody, I'd be him. Sans the romance, okay? God bless Princess Leia, cute and all, and she could fire a blaster, but I don't care. Han Solo, if I could be anybody, I'd be him. But I love Darth Vader. Anyway, back to my point. I'm all over the place here. Just hear me out. The movie has everything. The movie has ice. Yes. Ice and snow and war. When I saw that scene, I could think about nothing more than World War III in Russia, Alaska, the Antarctic. Remember that? That's what that was. That whole symbolism. That whole symbolism that was in that movie was a Cold War. I immediately identified with it in 1980. I was like, yes. Darth Vader's the Russians, right? Farm boy Luke, they were United States. That's that. I don't know about you, but that's what I got. Anyway, moving on. Darth Vader was, he was right there. He almost got him and he got away. But they got away. But I knew that Luke was going to come for him. I knew he had to. And I knew the time was running short on this little, band of renegades, rebels. I knew Darth Vader was right on their heels. He got caught slipping when they blew up the Death Star. He wasn't going to have that this time around. He wasn't going to let that measly little farm boy ditch him twice. Going to do him in twice because of a 2-meter size little hole inside of a big giant Death Star. No. Darth Vader was going to get his revenge. And I knew it. Hell, it was called The Empire Strikes Back. You can see it right there. Anyway, I'm off the weeds on here, but there's so much. But that moment where Luke goes to Dagobah and he meets Yoda, it's Sensei, meets the new student, right? He's going to get his training. He's learning about a force. He's finding out something about it. So he's going to come back bigger and badder. Now, he can't fly a ship because he knows he has to get ready to meet the man who he's been, dodging for a long time, has been trying to get to him for the longest. He's going to go after the big dog. It's, it's a David and Goliath story. So you can't help that. Luke, he's got no wins. He's kind of skinny. He's got a bird chest. He's scared to death. But he thinks he's got it. I got gumption. And you kind of believe in him. But Darth Vader, he's a bad guy. Like, he's the bad guy. And he's going to wipe the floor with this kid. But you got to see it anyway. He's going to be nice to him. He's going to beat him up. He's going to be merciful. I don't know. But I love that. And then let's get to the good part. So after he meets the sensei, then he finally gets out there. And he is there battling like the dude. And Luke's looking kind of cool. Darth Vader's like, oh, okay. All right, this kid's he's no fly-by-night. He may have the Force with him. I love it. He may be the one. And of course, Darth Vader the whole time knows what's going on because he's reading this kid. He's like an open book. Darth Vader can read his thoughts, he can read everything. And then it's the fateful moment. My favorite part of this movie is like Darth Vader is kicking Luke's butt. Boom, bash. He's got stuff flying into him. What's that? He's hitting him with debris and whatnot. He's flying out windows. Darth Vader's got literally, he's got the drop on this kid. And just where he gets him, finally he thinks that, this kid thinks he's bad. Boom, chops off his arm. Or his hand, whatever the case is. Chopped off his arm. Took it out real quick. Ha! You don't know what you're messing with, kid. I'm Darth Vader. The kid knows he's beaten. But, again, Luke, he can't sit one out. Can't take the L. He's plucky. And finally, Darth Vader looks at me and says, you know what? I got something for this kid. You know what? Why keep this a secret? Enough with all the hubbub. Hey, listen, kid. Look, there's a reason why you have this innate desire to fight me. Okay? Look, I'm your dad. Okay? Papa's home. So what do you say we get together? Huh? Thanksgiving? Huh? You and I get together? And, if things work out, we'll rule the galaxy. Come on. What were you doing in Tatooine? Sand everywhere. cleaning droids. I mean, we got another Death Star we're going to build, okay? We'll fly everywhere. We'll rule as father and son. And when I'm done, you're in charge. Come on, join the family business. And what does Luke do? He says no. Oh, you cretin. What does he do? He actually lets go. But to some people, that's just like, okay, so Luke's got integrity. Me, on the other hand, I didn't see it that way. I saw it as, listen, Darth, you didn't sell this right. Not only that, I think he cut off the wrong hand, in my opinion. I think if he cut off the good hand, things would have changed. Like, he'd have thought about it. It's like, this is my good hand. And then maybe he'd have considered it. You cut off the bad hand, my good hand's still intact. But anyway, I'm off in the weeds here. Nonetheless, here's what I'm trying to say throughout the whole thing. At the end, Han Solo, carbonite, taking the Jabba the Hutt. He's caught. Leia's got no boyfriend. She's stuck with the Wookiee. Luke's got no arm. He's beaten, battered, bruised, his ego shattered. There's some new guy flying the ship who used to run an entire Cloud City. He's homeless. Another straggler. And everybody is completely disheveled. There are no winners, except for Darth. Darth at the end is like, I tried. I tried. Trying to reconnect with my kid. Just didn't see it my way. Kids today. But nobody wins at the end. And it's like life. That's exactly what it was like. And I identify with that. I hope you enjoyed that. That was I've been trying to break that movie down to people in a very, succinct way that you can understand. And maybe now you'll be inspired to go watch it yourself.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Plan on flying? In order to board domestic flights, your driver's license or state-issued ID must be a real ID. Learn how to get your real ID today at tsa.gov/real ID or visit your local DMV.
We'll take a break. We'll be back. More news, more views. I promise when we get back. It's Reese on the radio on NewsTalk 1080 WTIC.
Stay locked in. Reese on the radio is on WTIC News Talk 1080.
All right, guys, we're back. It's Reese on the radio, News Talk 1080 WTIC. Halfway through this show, and you guys can get back to the rest of your weekend. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Sun's coming down soon, and it's a beautiful weekend, so trying to take advantage of it as much as you can. Of course, we'll see you on Monday right here at 3 p.m. I got plenty of stuff to get to, stuff I didn't get to over the weekend that I need to talk about, so I hope you'll be here for that. That's at 3 p.m. Eastern. Always go to ReeseOnTheRadio.com, ReeseOnTheRadio.com. If you miss a moment of the Reese on the Radio rundown, or if you miss the regular show, you can go there and check it out. Also, it's important that you let us know. Speak to us. Send us a message. Tell us how you listen to the show, how you get the show, whether it's on WTIC, News Talk 1080 on the radio, on the Odyssey app, WTIC.com, or ReeseOnTheRadio.com, or you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, or X for that matter. We want to know. We want to hear from you if you have the chance. So please let us know. I'm so grateful that you folks listen to the show. I get messages from you every day, but I want more. I'm an addict. So just send them over to ReeseOnTheRadio.com, and can't wait to hear from you. I got to tell you, if I can, let me take this moment. I really want to read this exchange that I was having with someone about Abrego Garcia. And I know that you've heard everything about this ad nauseum, and I feel for you. I hate to be the guy to constantly tell you about other stupid stuff about this story. What else can you possibly know? Has another shoe dropped, Reese? No, it hasn't. We know anything and everything there is to know about him. But I want to do my best to read this exchange that I had with someone over text. And this person hates Donald Trump. And I want you to look at this from that point of view where you have a family member who hates Donald Trump. And worse than that is telling you you're all types of evil, like calling you out your name because you support and defend Donald Trump. So I want to help you deal with them. First thing, don't take any of the dumb attacks personal. They don't have a choice but to curse at you, say rude things, like talk about you like you're some sort of chump, that if they didn't see you in the street, that they would be deathly afraid of ever talking about you. So when they're doing over text or over the phone, they talk a lot. They talk a lot of, as we used to say, hot and greasy talk. These people are just outraged because they're losing, and that's what frustration sounds like. When you hear this name calling at you for defending them or calling you all types of slurs, don't sweat that. Let that go. That means you're winning. That means they're spinning like a top. So I want to talk to you about this exchange that I had. And this person that I'm talking to works, again, in government. And every bit of news they get, they suck from the news media, the leftist news media. So when I talk to this person, I already talk to them like, I don't care what you believe. I don't even care what you think. The only reason why I'm debating with you is because I know you're a hot mess and you are spinning like a maniac, like a Tasmanian devil, because I dare talk back to you, because I refuse to see it your way, and I tell you and show you how ridiculous you are. I do it because I'm trolling you. And let them know that. I'm doing this because it upsets you, because you cannot have a reasonable conversation. And the more you get angry, the more you spew nonsense and evil out of your mouths, calling me names, being vicious, cursing me out, I am going to keep pushing back on you because you don't know how to behave. He says to me he wants Abrego Garcia to come back because he didn't get due process. You've heard the argument. And so as I'm explaining to this person, I write, you just hate Trump because it's Trump. Here's an example. Hussein, Barack Obama, deported 3.5 million out of the country for years. Over 80% of them did not see a courtroom or have so-called due process, and nobody said a word. He was called the deporter-in-chief, and if it wasn't for double standards, you would have no standards at all. And then I sent him this. Estimating the exact number of people deported without due process during the Obama administration, 2009 to 2017, is challenging due to varying definitions of due process and incomplete data. However, reports from the Migration Policy Institute and the American Civil Liberties Union, they provide insight. They estimate that approximately 75 to 83% of deportations under Obama were non-judicial removals, meaning they bypassed immigration court hearings and judicial oversight. These expedited or summary removals, often conducted by immigration officers without access to judges, lawyers, or appeals, are widely regarded as lacking due process. I then wrote, you don't hate the process. You hate Trump, and you're willing to twist yourself into a hypocritical frenzy is evidence. I haven't heard a word back since, and I won't. These people don't care about due process. They care about Trump. They will believe what they want to believe if it says that Trump broke the law. When you come at them with facts, they don't know how to act. They will abandon the conversation. So don't sweat all of the nonsense. Don't sweat any of that. Just simply look it up. Go on one of those AI places and type in, did Barack Obama deport illegals without due process? And that's what you'll come up with. And then share it with that lunatic, he or she, and say, you don't care about due process. You never have. You don't care about breaking the law. You never have. You just hate Trump. And they'll leave you alone. They'll stop talking about it. They'll start sharing the facts with their friends. Yeah, it looks like Barack Obama didn't really follow due process either. They will. We'll come back. We'll wrap this puppy up when we return. Stick around. It's Reese on the radio. News Talk 1080 WTIC.
Catch Reese on the radio. Reese on the radio. Only on WTIC. News Talk 1080.
All right, time to get up out of here. After this break, I hope you guys, again, have a wonderful weekend. Please take care of yourselves. Be good to each other. And just try to make it quiet and peaceful. And if you're out there having a lot of fun, ripping the town apart, just do it safely, get home safely, and we'll see you back here on Monday. Always remember, go to ReeseOnTheRadio.com for more Reese on the Radio whenever you like, and join us here from 3 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Again, that's ReeseOnTheRadio.com. So this Michelle Obama thing is interesting. And, I said for a long time I couldn't talk about Michelle Obama, why the reason she wouldn't run. And now that she's talking about it, I can. So Michelle Obama's always had sort of mental health issues. And she's very into them now and being very vocal about them. And I think the reason why she's doing it now so that people can stop asking her to do things and be places. Many people are ticked off at her complaining. I don't really see it that way. Yes, is she complaining? Absolutely. Let me rephrase that. Yes, she's 100% complaining. And people are right and righteous in saying, wait a minute, what? It was like I said earlier in the show about what Superman got to be depressed about. Michelle Obama has everything in her power, and it's just for some odd reason, it ain't enough. And this mental health thing with her is just, it's run amok. And it's turned into this, how can I complain to every living being in the world about my charmed life being so tough? And I don't get it. Well, no, I get it, but I don't get why anyone would do it publicly. But she does. Okay, let me move on. I find all of this fascinating because I know what this was like. When I first started in my radio career, especially when I was in sort of the hip-hop game, there's a degree of infamy and celebrity in that world of hip-hop, R&B, and radio when it mattered. And I would say at that point it was the last frontier of terrestrial radio, at least for, FM. And so there was a lot of celebrity with that. And I was with a woman who wanted a career as an actress. And it never took off for her. And she never pursued it beyond when she could. And when she had kids, she had to take care of them. She couldn't really pursue her career. And that happens to a lot of people. And when you are bitter about that, or you are saddened by not getting your shot, or feeling as if your shot was taken away from you, if you're with someone who does get that kind of celebrity and fame, it will bother you and eat away at you and make you feel diminished and angry at the person that you're with who does, instead of sort of playing the role of someone who is benefiting from that fame or the thing you crave. Instead of benefiting from it and sort of biting off where you can chew, biting off what you can chew and making somewhat of a name for yourself. I look at this Alec Baldwin thing with his wife, where, again, it's Alec Baldwin, probably one of the most famous actors of our time, and his wife, and I say this begrudgingly, a nobody who is trying to steal what he's worked for and make it about herself. She doesn't, and that's the thing, as I'm looking at the scope, the only reason why you are famous, ma'am, is because of your husband. But you are behaving like you are the star. I dealt with that. Michelle Obama is kind of dealing with it. Like, she doesn't understand. She got a lot of unearned grace, credit, notoriety, celebrity, fandom, unearned. Barack Obama was the show for the people who loved Barack Obama, be it politically, in Hollywood, in the culture. He was the star. She was the also ran. She was the arm candy. Sorry, just was. And I know a lot of people say, what are you talking about, Reese? I'm not talking about that. I mean that figuratively, not literally. But you know what I mean. She's his wife. She's not going to be president of the United States. She's going to be first lady. She doesn't run any policy. She's, in essence, she's an image. But this post existence from the presidency, now it's about all of these ailments and airing of grievance, if I may say so myself. Everything has got her upset. You don't know what I have to deal with. You don't know what it's like. I'm dealing with this. I'm dealing with that. And people are a little put off by it because they see her life and go, with all due respect, Mrs. Obama, all you have to do is pick up the phone and you're at a stadium where people are spending thousands of dollars to hear you speak. Lickety split. You can line your pockets. You shop anywhere you want to. People open doors for you. And you're not happy. It's not enough. Maybe it's you. Maybe deep down inside, it's you. And that's the thing I'm not hearing. And I know a lot of people out there are saying it, but they just can't put their finger on it. That's what it is. What you're hearing in all of these complaints about Barack Obama, from Michelle Obama, these complaints that are coming out of her mouth, this is what's irritating you. Not once has she taken any ownership. Even her. Even she won't take responsibility for any of the things that she's upset about. She doesn't talk about where she can change. She doesn't talk about how she's changed. She just talks about how everybody else is doing whatever it is that they're doing to her. Even her husband has slighted her. The kids have slighted her. The world has slighted her. Donald Trump is sliding her. He's keeping her from sleeping at night because he's deporting people. There's no accountability with this grown woman. And that's where it is you're ticked off at. And I don't blame you. I listen to her. Every time I hear it, I say, I can't listen to this. And I hate to sound like this evolved person, but I've been there. I have to take ownership for my own crap. When I look at a problem in the world, I always look at myself and say, how am I contributing to this? What role do I play in all of this? It's the only way I get some solace. It's the only way I get some peace. And this woman can't figure it out. And the reason why is because she's blaming everybody else. Now, for what? She doesn't think she's responsible for anything. I say this, I hate to, but no, I don't hate to. I can't stand this woman. I hate this woman. I'm sick and tired of hearing about her. Just stop. She says she's in therapy. Let me give you some advice, therapist. Tell her to talk about herself, please. Ask Michelle Obama what she is contributing to all of her ailments and how she could do something different. If nothing changes, former First Lady. Get it together. I pray for her. I pray she figures it out. She's on that podcast with her brother who's only enabling her. God, does he look weird. He's a weird-looking cat. It's weird. Like, does he look like he has splotches over his eyes, like his eye color, like the shades around his eyes are lighter than his actual skin? And it doesn't help that he and Michelle look like each other. They're very weird people. It's like, I don't know, very awkward looking people. Anyway, it's just my view. I hate to be so mean, but it just is. Anyway, I got to get out of here. I just got to. Maybe I should get some therapy on my own now. Let's get out of here. As I always say, radio is free, so we thank you for paying attention. Remember to keep JC in your hearts and in your minds. Sean Patrick, we love you and we miss you. Remember that panic is not planning, so plan your work and work your plan. Me, I'm Reese on the radio and always working on myself. You, have a good night, pleasant tomorrow, and we'll see you back here on Monday, 3 p.m. on NewsTalk 1080 WTIC.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.